Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad's got a little anger towards technology. We're trying to get that out of his system here, but he's...
The lack of technology, Bob.
a lack of knowledge. All right, today, Brad, we got the perfect gift for a loved one in pain. And we thought with Christmas coming up here, maybe it's no longer near Christmas when you're watching this video, but it's the perfect gift for a loved one any time of the year.
Sure.
But especially for Christmas.
Right.
Because, there's nothing better if you can give the gift of pain relief to somebody, because, that's something that's sitting with them all day long. And if you take it away from them, it's
Puts a
heaven,
smile on their face. And as therapists, naturally, we are not promoting pharmaceuticals. That's just fine. You can do that, but we always come with other options.
We like to go with the natural things that don't have any side effects.
Right.
So we are doing this video in cooperation with Thermatex. Brad and I get approached by a lot of companies as far as products, and we reject most of them.
Reject, yes.
Yeah, and some of them we'll take a look at and then we reject them. But we really like this one. We use the product ourselves a lot, and I have been using it with patients a lot. So it's the Thermatex. It's far infrared energy.
FAR, not far away, but far.
Yeah, far FAR, right?
Right.
Yeah. And the biggest thing that distinguishes it from other types of heat is the penetration, how far it penetrates into the body, into the soft tissues.
Right.
So normal heat, a normal heating pad goes just 2 to 3 millimeters.
Right.
Which is
just under the skin.
Yeah, just under the skin. Far infrared energy can go up to 60 millimeters, 6 centimeters, or, do you remember the number?
2.36
Yes,
inches.
2.36 inches. That's a lot.
Right.
And for example, we have one here that works on the wrist. If you got it and it goes all the way around the wrist, it's gonna that 2.36 inches is gonna go all the way through the wrist.
Right, you're gonna warm up that joint all the way through. And the nice thing I really like about this, and this was getting so frustrated, is it doesn't overheat.
No.
These,
right.
Unlike conventional hot packs, which by the way, just last week I had a patient use a hot pack on his neck, electric one. He literally has a scar from the burn there.
Wow.
It kind of. It's not big, but it's like it should never get that hot. But that's the potential you have with the conventional. They have usually low, medium, high setting. They can't get too hot. This just
has a one switch. You switch it on. You go to you put it in place, and it goes to work.
Right.
And it has been. It's a medical device approved by the FDA and also Health Canada. This company is out of Canada, Calgary.
Sure.
And been around for 20 years, so we feel like they kind of know what they're doing.
Right. It's not brand new on the market, and it's built very well.
Right. And we've got it so that we insisted upon this, is that we're going to be involved with them, is that if you use we're going to have a link down below, and if you use the link and the code word or wherever we got, you will get, I think it's at least 10% off.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Which is a significant amount.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I thought you were disputing that. By the way, if you are new to our channel.
I'm still mad at the technology.
He is still mad. If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you haven't already, please go over to Facebook and like us, because Brad and I, as children, just like how we reject a lot of equipment that comes to us.
Right.
We were rejected as children,
and
so now we're trying to turn things around and become friends with people.
Yeah, it's not really true. My wife doesn't like that, but Bob
doesn't like that line. I think it's funny. So, okay, let's talk about the different products we got here, Brad. The main one, probably the most versatile one, is the Platinum one, and it's got 3 panels. And what you're going to find out is that there's the hard panel on this side, and it's softer on this side. Right. The hard panel is the part that goes to the body.
Right. It's not hard. It's flexible. It bends.
Yeah, but
it's not like a piece of steel in there.
Right, but they don't want it flexing. I mean, that's the idea. Is that?
Well, like I put it right on my recliner.
No, I do too.
Oh boy,
it flexes this way.
Right. Yeah. It wraps on the back. It's comfortable.
And this one comes with a longer strap and a shorter strap. What's nice about the longer strap is you can actually take it around, and you can get somewhat mobile with it.
Right. Oops, my Velcro, I put it on the wrong. I didn't have the right.
Got it?
There we go.
So, and it got a good solid 8-foot cord.
Yep, this is medical duty cord. This is commercial duty. This is not going to fall apart in a long time.
So Brad likes to use it for his low back because he's got the spondylolisthesis.
Right.
And are you using this nightly, Brad, or not?
Not every night, but if I have a flare-up or I have acute pain, which I did last week because I did something I probably shouldn't have did, I did, then I'll use ice. But if I just have a low-grade pain or one of those achy things that's like, it's not tender to the touch, but it's aching, then I'll use the heat.
Sometimes it's nice to alternate with ice.
Sure.
With this.
As a matter of fact, I did try that last week.
Sure.
But yeah, as far as like arthritic or those kinds of pain, or people are
Bursitis.
they're familiar with their pain, and oftentimes people know if they're going to respond well to heat or to cold better.
Right.
This is a great alternative for a hot pack.
Especially for chronic issues. And the way they recommend it a lot of times is the treatment time is for like 30 to 45 minutes. It takes about 10 minutes to warm up, Brad?
I'm thinking a little less than that, actually.
A little less than that?
Sometimes I'll sit on mine and turn it on because I forget to pre-warm it. It doesn't.
It doesn't take very long.
No, it's pretty quick. And I got to tell you, for the Christmas time, people are going to love you more because if you're in a northern climate,
right,
like we are in Minnesota, Wisconsin, you come in from the car and you got your hot pack there, it makes it twice as fun.
Your infrared pad.
Right, it's twice as fun to sit there and relax.
Yeah, but they recommend 30 to 45 minutes and even twice a day for a problem, and do that for a good 10 days or so, and you're going to see some, I think, some good relief from your pain.
Sure.
At least temporary relief, and then sometimes if you get the temporary relief, then you can add movement along with that, and you can get some permanent relief.
Right.
So. I use it all the time, Brad, and I used it last night. When I'm at the computer, I don't always listen to ourselves like we're supposed to move everything.
Yeah.
You get focused on the computer, so I start getting the knots, in this area and here. So what I do is I lay it in my chair, and I just lay up against it, so it's way up here.
Sure.
And I got a pillow behind it, to be honest with you.
And that reminds me, that forces you to keep good posture.
Yes, it does.
You can feel that warmth. It feels good because you're back in good posture.
But and my wife and I always finish the evening by watching a little bit TV, and by the time I go to bed, it's gone. The pain is gone. It's just.
I thought you meant your wife. That's killing me.
I
had to take advantage of that one.
But the thing to make the point about this too, Brad, these don't really, they don't need to conform to the skin. Do you want to pull it off real quick so we can show that?
Feels kind of good, but I really don't want to. But right, if you have a typical conventional hot pack, you have to have contact with your skin so you get the
Right, so if this doesn't conform all the way around, it doesn't matter, because the far infrared energy is coming through the skin either way.
You could be an inch away and you still have 1.36 inches of energy that it can get through into your body. So that's a big advantage.
It is, and what I like about it is, again, the platinum is you can use it almost on any body part.
Right.
So you can use it on the back. You can make it into kind of like a muff. So you're making it like this, and you can put your hands in there.
Like the football players do.
Yeah, this actually feels really good.
They should have one of these for football players. They have to have a really long cord, though, for the quarterback.
But where I'm going to be using it, Brad, is my elbow. I've been having a little bit of golfer's elbow.
Yeah.
And it's just not going away.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it when I lift weights. And so I want to, and it always feels better after I warm it up. So I'm going to go ahead and use it on this, and I'll report back to you on how it worked. So a couple other things that it works out really well for. I have a patient that's coming in. They have some other different ones. They have one for the hand and wrist. I actually have a patient that's coming in that has TFCC, triangular fibrocartilage complex, and this is going to work really well with him.
In other words, his wrist hurts.
Yeah, his wrist hurts. I'm going to send one of these home with him, and actually have him use it at home. Because it's going to be such a good treatment for him to do right before he does his exercises. The other thing we had, believe it or not, we had a lady that was a little bit overweight, and she was having groin pain. I was like, how are we going to treat this? Because even to get to the area was difficult.
Sure.
We used one of these, and actually we used a wrist one, believe it or not, and put it in this area, and that's all we did, and it took her pain away.
Right, and that's where you really need, that depth.
Right.
that penetration to get to the involved tissues.
A heating pad would never have worked.
Right.
So, and I'm not trying to claim that this is going to take your pain away. I think it's a good temporary relief of pain. It's a good way to manage pain, you know, and so that
Right.
you can a lot of times do exercises that can help take it away eventually.
But also, again, the idea of you increase the temperature a little bit, increase circulation. When
Which helps
circulation is
healing.
better, healing is
Right.
accelerated.
Again, I'm not trying to make claims here that can't be substantiated, but so we got a wrist one. There's a larger back one.
Right.
This is the knee one.
Right.
Yep. And then there's actually
on the knee.
one they call the big slipper.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
this one's good for a lot of things, but a lot of foot problems.
Right.
And
You
if
can actually get both feet in there. It's got a nice little pad in there.
yeah, it's got an extra pad in there, and I think sometimes if that's even too much for you, if you have sensitive feet, you can put it, that extra pad in there, or even put another towel in there. I think you could. So
Yeah. Bob, can I get to the point where I was so frustrated?
yeah, sure.
Well, the nice thing about this that I'm interested in, and if you're interested in any kind of energy efficiency, is this big one. The biggest one they have is 36 watts. That's
Well, this
less
is the
than,
platinum one. They have one that's bigger,
Oh, well,
but this one anyway. the
right. So
platinum.
this is the biggest one that I've
You've
been
worked
using.
with, yeah.
Right. 36 watts, because sometimes Bob mentions too, we forget to turn it off when we go to
Yeah.
bed. And it's
We don't
on
want to
all
say.
night.
And by the way, you don't want to fall asleep with this on.
Right.
Ever, ever, ever. But yeah, a couple times I get it. It feels so good, and you get up and you kind of forget that you had it on.
Right. Yeah, because it's not burning you up. It's not.
Right.
It's very comfortable, and you get adapted to it. And I mean, I just went up, go to bed, and next morning, I come up this morning actually, and the little green light was
Yeah.
on. It's like, but it's only 36 watts. It's not going to raise your electric bill very much, as compared to the other standard ones. I was trying to look up the wattage on them because I'm
Sure.
pretty sure it's at least 3 times as much as these, depending on
So
what
you're
level
burning
you
a
put
lot
it
of
at.
energy. Plus, again, the threat of being burned. We had a patient, by the way, that we didn't use a heating pad. We used a hot pack on him, and we kept asking him, "Does it feel okay?" And he kept saying, "Yes, it feels okay. It feels okay." Well, it turns out we ended up burning him. He got a burn on his knees,
Right.
and he said, "It's not your fault. I can't, you guys kept asking me." And he goes, and it went away, but it was just, again,
it wasn't. It's superficial.
yeah, it's one of those things you have to be concerned about.
He
whenever
was
you-
talking about a hot pack that we use in hot water.
right, exactly.
They're only used pretty much in
in therapy
therapy
world.
Right,
Yep.
right.
So,
All right, so
thanks
there
for
you go.
watching, and yeah, the link is down below.
Yep.
Take care.
Good health to you.